Hi Lootbags, Reddish here. Today we're talking about upgrading towers and the improvements and tactics you can add to all of them. All of these will give your world benefits as long as you hold the objective. As always, there are timestamps in the timeline and in the description if you have a specific part you want to skip to. In order to upgrade a tower, you want to make sure that you hold camps and that the dollyaks running from each camp make it to a tower. Each tier of automatic upgrades require the following. Tier 1, 20 dollyaks, Tier 2, 40 dollyaks, and Tier 3, 80 dollyaks. As you reach higher tiers for each objective, the objective will gain benefits, the most notable being walls and gates upgrading from Tier 2 and higher on towers, keeps, and Stone Mist Castle. Keeps and Stone Mist Castle also unlock a waypoint to use once they reach Tier 3, that you can use whenever you want as long as the objective is not contested by enemy attackers. If you want to see a full list of all the specific changes for each tier, I have left the link in the description. When you take an objective, a box will pop up on the left side of your screen allowing certain guilds to claim the objective first. These are the guilds that had the most representatives at the capture event. After their chance expires, you can click on an objective icon on the map and click the claim button. Claiming an objective will give it your guild's passive buffs that you can unlock in your guild hall, and it will allow you to slot in improvements and tactics. After a guild claims an objective, it'll start a timer that decides when each improvement and tactic tier can be slotted in. Tier 1 improvements and tactics can be slotted in after 10 minutes, Tier 2 after 30 minutes, and Tier 3 after 60 minutes of having an objective claimed. Which improvements and tactics you can put into an objective depends on whether it's a camp, tower, keep, or Stone Mist Castle. In order to slot them in, you click on an objectives icon on the map, go to the second tab, Guild Claiming, and there you can drag improvements and tactics into different slots from your guild storage. Do note it takes 3 minutes before an improvement or tactic is available after it has been slotted in. Let's give you a rundown of how improvements are different from tactics and what some of the most notable ones are. Improvements are passive upgrades you can choose, and once their initial cooldown timer is expired, they will start working. Since improvements are passive, they will, once activated, be constantly active until a new improvement is slotted in to replace it or until the objective flips to another color. I would say the most notable improvement is Watchtower. This will mark any enemy that comes within the area of the objective having the buff. It means you will not have to have any scouts hanging around in that objective. Do note that certain objectives could still be hit from further away with trebuchets or catapults, so you still have to keep an eye on whether an objective is contested or not. Presence of the keep is also a very strong improvement. This one can only be used in keeps, and it will double the effectiveness of the guild's claim buff that the keep has. It can provide a significant advantage over other players. The last one I want to highlight is one of the most used, and this is the Iron Guards. It is a tier 2 improvement, and it will reduce the damage that guards around the objective takes by 50%. This means you are effectively making your load inside your most important objectives twice as tanky. There are 8 other improvements besides the 3 I chose to highlight in this video. I have therefore left a link in the description that will give you a full list of them, which type of objectives they can be used on, and what they do. Let's jump over and have another look at what tactics are. Tactics are the active upgrades you can add, and these are the ones you'll find as levers inside objectives. They are generally referred to as tactivators. Since tactics are active upgrades, you will have to pull the lever to activate them. Some of them are banners that you can pick up that will work almost as if it was a type of mobile siege, while others will give you a temporary benefit to your objective. Just like improvements, I'm going to list a few. Emergency Waypoint is one of the most utilized, and it will spawn a waypoint inside your objective when the lever is pulled. This waypoint can be used even if the objective is contested. This allows you to strategically either get safely on the inside of a tower or keep before enemies can get all the way in, or you can use it just after you might wipe, giving you a very quick respawn time. Just note that enemies will be aware that you have it, and they can see when it's active. It is very common for enemy zergs to run over to where you're going to spawn and try to kill you as you take the emergency waypoint. Don't fear though. If you die immediately, quickly take the waypoint again. The second time you take it, you will have a few invulnerable frames, allowing you to more easily dodge away from the waypoint and the enemy damage. Next one is a slightly underutilized one, the Dune Roller, also referred to some as the Char Car. This is a little tank that lasts for 15 minutes. It will allow you to roll around as siege and more easily destroy walls or gates without having to spend supplies. It is not as good as it used to be, since Warclaw is now a thing and it therefore feels a bit slow. But with the Dune Roller, you can easily manage to take down multiple tier 1 walls or even an entire tier 3 wall before your time is up. Last one I want to highlight of these is a very flashy one, the airship defense. This one can only be used in Stonemist Castle, and it'll spawn multiple waves of airships, flying around SM and bombing it, adding a ton of AoEs that the attackers will have to avoid. As with the improvements, there is a link in the description that will give you a full list of the different tactics available. I hope this video has given you some insight into how towers get upgraded and how you can give them their own small builds by using improvements and tactics. Having this fundamental understanding of world versus world is super important, and I hope you will go check out the full list of all the improvements and tactics. Those links are in the description. As always, if you liked the video, make sure to click the like button, and if you do not like it, click the dislike button. I would also highly appreciate it if you subscribe so I know if you want to see more videos like this. Before you tune out, head over to Twitch TV/Reddish and drop me a follow to catch me whenever I am streaming.